Congratulations to the graduating class of 2020. I am so proud of you. Your families, teachers, and the entire community celebrates you. Be the makers of your memories, the drivers of your destiny, and dream big. We support you. Felicidades a la clase de graduantes 2020. Estoy sumamente orgulloso de ustedes. Sus familias y maestros, nuestra comunidad los celebra. Su trabajo arduo y perseverancia han dado frutos. Ustedes son los dueños de su destino. Con fe y fuerza todo es posible. Continúen soñando en grande y trabajando duro. Los apoyo.
Good evening, everyone. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing and welcome Mara Ali to the stage for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
You may now be seated. Please join me in welcoming to the podium our director, Mr. Bailey.
Good evening, Western Center Academy, and welcome to all of our parents, family, and community members supporting this wonderful class of 2020. Oh, what a special group. They're strong, tenacious, and always thirsting to do more, be better, and rise higher than the class that came before them. They're vehemently ambitious and hardworking and stand as symbols for achievement both in academics and as well-rounded and truly caring individuals. They are dedicated to their school and their studies, but above all else, they are dedicated to each other and truly making a difference in the world. I've seen firsthand what a stalwart mind and an open heart can do when wielded by these young people, and have few words to accurately describe how very proud I am of each and every one of them. It is for these reasons that I and the rest of the faculty and staff at the Western Center Academy know that they will move on from the difficulties we are currently facing and continue on to be the next generation of great dreamers and, more importantly, doers. Though the effects of the current health crisis have taken our seniors many of the traditions that they were anticipating away from them, that they've looked forward to, time with friends and with family that they desperately want and deserve, they will overcome it and persevere, because that is what they do. The group on whom we are conferring graduation today are not the type of people to be defeated by the hardships that life brings them. They are the types of individuals who stare straight into the fury of the storm because they know that their determination is stronger than any tempest. I know, class of 2020, that this is not the graduation you envisioned, but I have to be honest and say that no other class could have endured this tumultuous time with the grit and the fortitude that you have. Graduation is about family, love, and care for others more so than traditions. This is a change, but it is something that you can celebrate and have the opportunity to remember for the rest of your lives. My warmest congratulations to the class of 2020. You are an example of everything that we wish to instill in our students and will serve as a lasting illustration of what it means to be resolute and successful. And I now have the distinct privilege of introducing your class of 2020 salutatorian, Ms. Crystal Chen.
Tonight, we celebrate the graduation of Western Center Academy's class of 2020. It is my honor and privilege to be this class's salutatorian, which Urban Dictionary defines as the smart kid who stayed up way too late studying, drank enough coffee to kill a camel, and missed so many parties that everyone thought they were a hermit to just get second place. Sorry, Mom. But this pre-recorded speech isn't about me. It's about our growth as a class, and this virtual graduation is a celebration of our time together, yet 6 feet apart. The last 3 months of senior year were supposed to be the best moments of high school. Graduation, senior pranks, grad night, senior ditch day. Well, I guess our ambitious, overachieving selves turned ditch day into a 2-month-long quarantine. I'll be honest, having those opportunities ripped away from us hurts. But we lost the little things that define our school's camaraderie even more. We lost meaningless passing period conversations. We missed out on competing with each other to be the most unprepared for AP tests. We missed out on the thrill of college signing day, hugging each other out of genuine pride, with socks on, of course. We missed out on our last chances to give our teachers a few more gray hairs. We simply have not done enough to properly close our senior year. But, my fellow graduates, we gained so much that we didn't expect. We gained perspective. We gained history. We gained some time to chill out, which we all know this group of workaholics needed. We gained the ability to find peace amongst chaos, time amongst change, and gratitude amongst loss. And we learned that those 3 things are enough to sustain us. We learned that our safety and health and love for each other are enough. They are the foundation that our lives build on and add to, and the importance of prioritizing and cherishing that is apparent now more than ever. Class of 2020, we are known for our strength, ambition, fiercely competitive spirit, and our tendency to clap for no reason whatsoever. But today, we clap for ourselves, for we have conquered these past 4 years like champs. We won 2 pep rallies, became role models for the student body, and changed our school for the better as cabinet members, editor-in-chiefs, officers, volunteers, as proud mammoths. In the wise words of Mrs. Brady, we're a powerful and purpose-driven group of rapscallions. We're going off to the workforce to serve our nation, to various colleges across the country, and it is my honor to know and love each and every one of you. Ew, cheesy. I know. I will close with a few thanks. Thank you, Nikki, for your losing streak in our philosophical debates, which I'm sure will mirror our Cal Stanford football games. Zahong, for your deeply philosophical quotes. Alfred, for being my rock these past 5 years. Megan and Justice, for always laughing with me, and especially at me. And Sarah, our valedictorian and my best friend, for constantly surprising me with your complete lack of common sense. And on behalf of the entire senior class, I thank our teachers and faculty for putting up with us from our nose-picking days to our raging hormonal breakdowns. Your passion and dedication has helped us answer the existential question of who we are. And finally, I'd like to thank not only my family, but the families of all the graduates joining me for your unspoken sacrifices and unwavering encouragement propelled us from Pampers Cruisers to this unprecedented pandemic graduation. Mammoths, let's cherish every moment of our future endeavors. Finally follow and harass Mr. Bailey on Facebook because now we can, and do some good in the world. Congratulations, we made it. Please welcome our valedictorian, Mrs. Sarah Oike.
I am honored to be able to speak on behalf of the amazing class of 2020 and Western Center Academy this year as your valedictorian. Urban Dictionary defines the valedictorian simply as the biggest nerd on campus, but I think anyone who knows me well can attest to the fact that I am nowhere near deserving of that title. The girl who played music during lunch on Fridays is much more accurate. Now, I could take this time to tell you the deeply profound lessons I learned as the supposed smartest person on campus, but I think we all knew that Crystal would take care of that for me. My time at WCA has truly been one of the most transformative experiences of my life, and to my class, we truly started at the bottom, and now looks like the whole team's here. It feels like it was just yesterday when I had my first AP class with Mr. Wolney, who always encouraged us that we are all capable. Mrs. Vargas's infectious positivity in AP Chem, which almost made the subject tolerable, and Mr. Biber's ever-growing assemblage of Diet Coke. It was just yesterday when we told our parents we wanted to be cowboys, princesses, and Hannah Montana. But then my mom told me to grow up, you graduate in 3 months. Things may not always go to plan, but we can all agree that this class is resilient. We survived an obnoxiously hard online U.S. history professor, Mrs. Brady's hot seats, a pandemic, and Iggy Azalea's music career. And while that was short-lived, the fact that we all made it here is a testament to our dedication, to our education, and aspirations. The point here is that change is happening all around us, like when mom jeans were cool, and then became uncool, and then cool again. Our school also saw a lot of changes with the campus expansion and the students growing into the adults they want to become. Today is the day that we become adults and apply the vital information we learned in our 4 years to the real world. We must be ready to recite the unit circle, analyze Shakespearean sonnets with Mr. Rossi's level of detail, balance our chemical equations, things adults do in their daily lives. I'm inspired every day by the faculty at WCA who taught us these things, from Mrs. Noizumi's love of the arts to Mrs. Hardigan's ability to put on a cardboard SpongeBob suit 1 minute and then go on to talk about supply and demand curves the next. Or the importance of initiative and organization taught to me by Ms. Trujillo, to conditioning myself to never forget in-text citations or else I'll have visions of Mrs. Brady late at night. To Mr. Bailey, Mr. Horton, and all of the staff in the office, and campus supervisors, you made our high school experience the best it could be, and you truly don't get enough credit. Mrs. Arby, if it wasn't for your guidance, I don't know where I would be right now. Your kindness, dedication, and the time you put into each and every one of us is an inspiration. I want to thank my mom for being my momager to success, but also my best friend. I couldn't have done it without you. To my best friends, Crystal, Megan, and Justice, you guys are my rocks and have been there for me since freshman year. From reminding me that I left my backpack in the car, my lunch bag on the tables, water bottle in class, I truly would have walked into every class unprepared if it wasn't for you guys. To the junior class and all underclassmen, I want to say one thing that most valedictorians won't tell you. Here's where I can give some life lessons, so I'm going to take the mic from Crystal here. Right now, school and your academics might feel like everything, but remember that it is not. If you're basing your happiness on college acceptances to make you happy, it will not. Instead, focus on fostering a love of learning, passions over an array of topics, and be a balanced student. I too need time to grow and learn to continue loving learning. To Becca and Sienna, you guys are some of the brightest people I have ever met, and I'm excited to see where the future takes you. Eli, we have truly grown so close this year, and I remember like it was yesterday that you joined the dance committee in ASB, and you called me fake, and then I called you a snake. And to Ben, as your hair got shorter, so did my patience for your jokes that were often poking fun of me. But thank you for always challenging me and making me realize my potential. I was stubborn, but you definitely are much more than me. Let me end on this note. Life is like an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. We all think somewhere in the world there is a Kris Jenner out there to please, whether that is your parents, teachers, or boss. But don't be a Kim, be a Kylie. Be an underdog who finds what you love and pursues it, and success will surely follow. And by that I mean become the youngest billionaire. That was a message for Richard, because don't think we forgot about the G-Wagon you promised many of us. Now I'll actually end on this note. As the wise and accomplished philosopher Nicki Minaj, also known as Barb's, once said, "Starships were meant to fly, hands up and touch the sky. Can't stop 'cause we're so high. Let's do this one more time." Here's to moving out of your parents' basement, going to college, joining the military, becoming a social media influencer, and telling people your mascot was a mammoth, and remembering to change the sheets. I'm excited to hear about all of your accomplishments and to see what kind of cars you drive in 20 years. Thank you. And please welcome once again our director, Mr. Bailey.
Thank you both, Sarah and Crystal, for your kind and wonderful words to the class of 2020. We now have an opportunity to hear a very special message from our superintendent for Hemet Unified School District, Dr. Christy Barrett.
Good evening, parents, families, friends, staff, and graduates. This year is a bit unique in the way we get to celebrate our seniors. We planned on sending our seniors off with a bang, quite literally, as we normally have fireworks or silly string fights to conclude our graduations. However, this is the first year we get to celebrate our graduates virtually, and I can think of no better class to share this unique experience with. From the beginning, the class of 2020 has shown its strength, tenacity, and perseverance. You came into this world as the country was grieving the tragedy of 9/11, and you are graduating high school as the world grieves a pandemic. These two milestones, birth and your high school graduation, have and will continue to have an impact on your life. But I have witnessed with my own eyes the strength of the class of 2020. During your time in high school, Western Center Academy was recognized as a California Distinguished School, a National Blue Ribbon School, and ranked as one of the best high school programs in the entire country. But you are more than these accolades. You are a group of compassionate individuals. You work together to support your community by making face shields to those working the front line of this pandemic. One of you became a published author and was peer-reviewed by a Harvard professor. And above all, you have pushed and supported each other and have always been willing to look out for one another, no matter what's going on. I am truly honored to celebrate this special and unique graduation celebration with you. Regardless of the circumstances, this is a time of reminiscing and reflecting as you all look back and admire the challenges and successes you have experienced to get to today. To the families and educators listening, thank you for your continued support and time that you invested in our graduates. Your efforts have played a key role in their success. To the graduates, you have continued to show tenacity and a strong work ethic, which are skills that will ensure your success well after high school. There are endless options to choose from, and I hope that whatever path you choose to journey on, it is personally fulfilling and brings value to not only you, but those around you. You have all faced adversities, and yet here you are, about to venture out into the world to further your education, enlist in the military, or enter into the workforce. Remember, life will hand you curveballs, as you may have learned this school year. You will take detours on your way to greatness, But your stories are only the beginning, and I can't wait to see the impact you will have in this world.
Thank you, Dr. Barrett. Class of 2020. Dr. Barrett, members of the governing board, members of the governing council, I certify that this graduating class meets all of the requirements for a diploma or a certification of completion as set forth by the state of California and the Hemet Unified School District. I present to you the class of 2020.
It gives me great honor and pleasure on behalf of the Board of Education of the Hemet Unified School District to accept the class of 2020. I hereby certify that these students have completed the district-adopted requirements and the curriculum approved by the state of California. I now present the class of 2020 to receive their diplomas. Congratulations, class of 2020.
Thank you. We now have an opportunity to go to the Western Center Academy, to our piazza, to see our graduates as they receive their diplomas.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the class of 2020 Western Center Academy Mammoths graduation. Nathaniel Clement Alley. Our next mammoth, Ethan Donnie Anderson Froya. Our next mammoth, Alfred Richard Ayala, State Seal of Biliteracy. Our next mammoth, Miriam Shenouda Baghdadi, highest honor graduate, Golden State Seal Merit Diploma, CSF Life Seal Bearer, National Honor Society. Our next mammoth, Aiden Philip Bailey, highest honor graduate, Golden State Seal Merit Diploma, National Honor Society. Our next mammoth, Kaylee Elizabeth Bateman, honor graduate, Golden State Seal Merit Diploma, CSF Life Seal Bearer. Our next mammoth, Justice Bethany Browner, honor graduate, Golden State Seal Merit Diploma. Our next mammoth, Ainsley Marissa Brown, honor graduate, Golden State Seal Merit Diploma. Our next mammoth, Travis Adam Carlin, Golden State Seal Merit Diploma. Our next mammoth, Deja Ariana Carrillo, highest honor graduate, Golden State Seal Merit Diploma, CSF Life Seal Bearer. Our next mammoth, Crystal Chen, salutatorian, highest honor graduate, Golden State Seal Merit Diploma, CSF Life Seal Bearer, National Honor Society. Our next mammoth, Nadia Annabelle Corona, highest honor graduate, Golden State Seal Merit Diploma, CSF Life Seal Bearer. Our next mammoth, Richard John Cosma, highest honor graduate, Golden State Seal Merit Diploma. Our next mammoth, Dylan Charles Crump, highest honor graduate, Golden State Seal Merit Diploma, National Honor Society. Our next mammoth, Aaron Joseph Deaton, Golden State Seal Merit Diploma. Our next mammoth, Harry Eugene Dirk, highest honor graduate, Golden State Seal Merit Diploma, National Honor Society. Our next mammoth, Sydney J. Durrell, highest honor graduate, Golden State Seal Merit Diploma, National Honor Society. Our next mammoth, Daniel Edward Eskin, highest honor graduate, Golden State Seal Merit Diploma, CSF Life Seal Bearer. Our next mammoth, Hannah Marie Faye Gallagher, highest honor graduate, Golden State Seal Merit Diploma. Our next mammoth, Elliot Lauren Galetta, highest honor graduate, Golden State Seal Merit Diploma, CSF Life Seal Bearer, National Honor Society. Our next mammoth, Brandon Sergio Gonzalez, highest honor graduate, Golden State Seal Merit Diploma, State Seal of Biliteracy, National Honor Society. Our next mammoth, Celine Mary Hofstetter, highest honor graduate. Our next mammoth, Destiny Lane Kels, honor graduate. Our next mammoth, Malia Sarah Keli'i Hohomalu, highest honor graduate, Golden State Seal Merit Diploma. Our next mammoth, Victor Abanob Carolas, highest honor graduate, Golden State Seal Merit Diploma, CSF Life Seal Bearer, National Honor Society. Our next mammoth, Allison Grace Katyuk, highest honor graduate, Golden State Seal Merit Diploma, CSF Life Seal Bearer. Our next mammoth, Alexander David Richard Lagarda, highest honor graduate, Golden State Seal Merit Diploma. Our next mammoth, Evan Diego Lamory, honor graduate. Our next mammoth, Juliana Sue Marie Leyland, honor graduate, Golden State Seal Merit Diploma. Our next mammoth, Heather Felicity Ludlow, highest honor graduate, Golden State Seal Merit Diploma, CSF Life Seal Bearer, National Honor Society. Our next mammoth, Benny Manrique. Our next mammoth, Nicholas Joseph Martineau, highest honor graduate, Golden State Seal Merit Diploma, National Honor Society. Our next mammoth, Dominic Alexander McClymont, Golden State Seal Merit Diploma. Our next mammoth, Layla Madeline Meester, honor graduate, Golden State Seal Merit Diploma. Our next mammoth, Miriam Safe Ramses Mikhail, highest honor graduate, Golden State Seal Merit Diploma, State Seal of Biliteracy, CSF Life Seal Bearer. Our next mammoth, Gael Mojica Ramirez. Our next mammoth, Ricardo Rafael Morales. Our next mammoth, Rowan Antha Murray, honor graduate, Golden State Seal Merit Diploma. Our next Mammoth, Trey Harrison Nicholas, highest honor graduate, Golden State SEAL Merit Diploma, CSF Life SEAL Bearer, National Honor Society. Our next Mammoth, Sarah Oike, valedictorian, highest honor graduate, Golden State SEAL Merit Diploma, National Honor Society. Our next Mammoth, Elizabeth Ann Allerton, highest honor graduate, Golden State SEAL Merit Diploma, CSF Life SEAL Bearer. Our next Mammoth, Isabel Georgiana Allerton, highest honor graduate, Golden State SEAL Merit Diploma, CSF Life SEAL Bearer, National Honor Society. Our next Mammoth, Zahong Oyong, highest honor graduate, Golden State SEAL Merit Diploma. Our next Mammoth, Belicia Ann Parker, Our next Mammoth, Avery Perez, honor graduate, Golden State SEAL Merit Diploma. Our next Mammoth, Megan Carmela Phillips, honor graduate, Golden State SEAL Merit Diploma. Our next Mammoth, Eduardo Sebastian Pinto, highest honor graduate, Golden State SEAL Merit Diploma. Our next mammoth, Alexander Ruben Rangel. Our next mammoth, Jeannie Mi Young Rim, honor graduate, Golden State Seal Merit Diploma. Our next mammoth, Elisa Joy Showalter, highest honor graduate, Golden State Seal Merit Diploma, CSF Life Seal Bearer, National Honor Society. Our next mammoth, Matthew Nathan Sy, highest honor graduate, Golden State Seal Merit Diploma, National Honor Society. Our next mammoth, Shylea Lois Thompson, highest honor graduate, Golden State Seal Merit Diploma, National Honor Society. Our next mammoth, Trevor Naruhiko Tompkins, Golden State Seal Merit Diploma. Our next mammoth, Nicholas Thung Vin Trong, highest honor graduate, Golden State Seal Merit Diploma, National Honor Society. Our next mammoth, Robert Anthony Valenzuela, honor graduate, Golden State Seal Merit Diploma. Our next mammoth, Damon Webb, honor graduate. Our next mammoth, Aaliyah Jade Rebecca Webster. Highest honor graduate, Golden State SEAL Merit Diploma, CSF Life Seal Bearer, National Honor Society. Our next mammoth, JC Kai Wright, Golden State SEAL Merit Diploma.
Good evening, everyone, and congratulations once again, graduates. We're very proud of you. I get to introduce tonight's speaker, and I've known tonight's speaker since middle school. We went to middle school and high school together. We worked together at a Long's drugstore and spent a lot of time in the gym together. And all that time, he loved drawing superheroes, Spider-Man, Superman, Batman. He went to Comic-Con before Comic-Con was cool to take his portfolio to show Marvel Comics. And thinking back, I'm embarrassed to say that I used to think to myself, Frank, you could do art as a hobby, but you need to do something else for a career. And now Frank has turned his passion of art into a spectacular career. So his bio says he's been director of animation for 20 years. His credits include Futurama, Curious George, Transformers, Robots in Disguise, and Disenchantment. He's currently the supervising director of Duncanville for Fox. So everybody, please welcome Frank Marino.
Greetings, class of 2020, and congratulations. I'm honored to be here today to give you this commencement address. As you all celebrate your achievements and prepare to take your first real steps out into adulthood, what better time to talk about following your dreams? I feel lucky to be one who successfully fulfilled their dreams. And from this vantage point, I want to offer up some bits of advice that might help each of you on your journeys. Being here in front of you, or at least in front of your cars, brings me back to where I was at your age, at the start of my journey. I went to Crawford High School with, like Mr. Horton said, with his older brother, too, who was my age, class of 88. And like he said, throughout high school, I was always drawing. I was that guy. I had a very specific dream at the start of my journey, which was to become a comic book artist. I followed my favorite artists. I just didn't know how to do it. So after high school, I went to San Diego State for graphic design, trying to do something with my art. But graphic design was going digital in the early 90s. And that's not where I wanted my art to go. About a year after graduating from SDSU, an old classmate called and told me there was a small educational software place that was hiring. Bring some of your drawings, he said. So I did, and I got hired. And I took a pay cut from the truck driving job I was doing at the time, post-graduation, but I was going to get paid to draw. The place was called the Lightspan Partnership. I was hired as an in-betweener, moved up to assistant animator, then lead animator, and then the company went under, and I was out of a job. But luckily, I found my way up into the LA market and got hired at Klasky Csupo to work on the Wild Thornberries, and that was the start of my real career. It was the Wild Thornberries for Nickelodeon. I was a storyboard artist, and within a couple years I was directing. I've been directing ever since, and now I'm the supervising director on Duncanville, which means I run the entire animation staff for that show. That's an abbreviated recap of my windy path. Believe me, there's a lot more. So in talking about following your dreams, from my career experience, my first piece of advice would be not to set your dreams too narrow. If you follow a path too tightly and narrowly, you might unknowingly pass even better opportunities. My specific dream was first to be a comic book artist, but just off that path was an even better path for me in animation. I could have missed it had I stayed too tunnel visioned for my dream as it was in high school specifically. Give your dreams room to grow as you grow. It's very important. Certainly keep a focused path in mind, but allow the edges to blur a little bit. Expect that you'll be influenced in small degrees along your path, here and there, by future knowledge, teachers, colleagues you work with, bosses you work for, as well as life changes like relationships and finances. If you could keep a wider perspective, especially early on, and try to keep priorities in order, you'll make it through. For those of you with less specific goals or only a vague sense of your path at this point in your lives, don't wallow too much. Time is important. I urge you to at least choose a general direction and continue to advance yourself in that direction. When you do that over time, different paths will come into focus. Put yourself in a position where once you do find that path, you're already further along that path than you even knew. See yourself objectively and honestly, brutally honest if need be. I'm often asked, what is the best advice you can give an aspiring artist? And for many years now, my answer has been the same. And I believe this concept applies to any field of work you guys might be chasing. And that is to know your weaknesses and shortcomings and strive to be better at them. Improve on them. Seek constructive criticism from professionals you look up to and experts you admire. Be your own harshest critic. One of my weaknesses early on was drawing feet. They're really hard and not very fun. So I used to always cut the feet off at the bottom of a page or something. I'd put something in front so I didn't have to draw feet. I decided at some point I just had to tackle it. So I started copying feet from artists I like and copied pictures from magazines. I drew my own feet. And sooner than I expected, I turned one of my weaknesses into a strength. It might be a small thing, but here's the big thing, and here was a key. Suddenly, I wasn't discouraged from drawing certain poses and compositions. In conquering one weakness I knew I had, I unknowingly improved on other aspects of my art that I didn't know were even weaknesses, or that they were being held back by my inability to draw feet. Each of you might be able to draw a parallel of that example to something in your own desired field of work. If you can keep chipping away at your weaknesses, you become someone with little or no weaknesses. You sort of raise your overall floor. That kind of foundation is powerful. It broadens your opportunities. And if you can couple that with good leadership skills and organizational skills, you can find yourself in a position to create your own opportunities. And that's where things can get really interesting for your careers. Even once you successfully enter your careers, say you get your first real job, the learning and training does not stop. You must continue your growth. And that first job alone probably won't do it. Take extra classes outside of work, maybe online courses. Go the extra mile, literally. If you hear there's a good lecture in a town or two over, the next state over, get in the car and go. You'll meet people. The experience of talking to other people in your field is priceless. Read their books, industry trade publications, websites, forums, which leads me to my next point. Know your field. Stay aware of industry trends. Have an eye towards the future of where your industry is going best you can. In the late 90s, I'll give you an example. In the late 90s, animation, computer animation was on the rise with Pixar. And some traditional animators saw the writing on the wall early and started taking Maya classes. Maya is the computer animation software that most animation's done on. The ones who learned to animate on computers early really became sought-after commodities. Luckily, I had already moved out of traditional animation and I was into storyboards and TV animations. Even people who did it later, years later, were still sought after because computer animation, as you know, kept growing. Pixar, Disney, Blue Sky, DreamWorks, Sony, Illumination, etc., etc. But the traditional animators who thought CG was just a trend or thought traditional animation will always be around because that's the way Walt did it and waited too long or never changed, well, those people found it more and more difficult to find steady work, and at some point they had to change careers or take lesser art jobs to keep income. The lesson here is to see your industry from afar and adapt with your industry as it changes. If possible, try to be at the front end of that change. This might sound obvious, but you'd be surprised how many people resist change for various reasons. There will be bumps along your paths. I mean, you're dealing with a pretty big bump right now out the gate. But I must say, I admire the way your class has come to embrace this hardship and use it as a source of inspiration. I love how committed you are to not letting this thing hold you down. Stay strong. Further along your path, you'll likely find times when you get frustrated and maybe feel like you've lost your path, or bad luck happens and you feel like you can't get back to your path. Know that sometimes what you think is the worst thing could actually end up being the best thing. Unfortunately, you could never know when you're in the thick of your journey. When that old company in San Diego went out of business, I thought I was done. I thought I'd never get hired again, I'd never get paid to draw. I cried. I had no idea it would lead to me moving north to the LA market, the LA animation industry. I got passed over for Rick and Morty. I knew that was going to be a hit. I was devastated when I didn't get that. And then just a couple years ago, I lost what I thought was my dream job at Warner Brothers for reasons that aren't important. What is important is that when those bumps happened to me, I pressed harder. Everyone's path to success is different. Having a high floor helps. I had no idea that Fox would call me for an interview just a few months later, leading to what has become the single best experience of my life, my career, sorry. Heck, had the Lightspan partnership stayed in business in San Diego, I might have never even left San Diego. When the bumps happen, don't dwell. Don't use them as excuses. Redouble your efforts, lift your chin back up, squint your eyes a little bit, and push forward. Just a couple more points here. Some life advice. Strive to keep a healthy life-work balance. When you love what you do for a living, that line can get very blurry, and if you're not careful, it could take over too much of your life. I know I previously talked about hard work and sacrifice, but it can't be that all the time. Give yourself a break. Give your mind a break. Take up a hobby that, if you don't already have one, something completely separate from your field of work. Maybe something athletic like biking or martial arts or hiking, or maybe a musical instrument. Plan trips and getaways. Give yourself marks on the calendars to look forward to. You return to work refreshed and focused. And all the while, as if I didn't load you down with enough advice and lecture already, remember those loved ones next to you now. They're rooting for you, and they will be there for you when the times are tough. Remember when I talked about marking some dates on the calendar to look forward to? Well, make sure to mark some for visiting them too. Phone calls and texts and Skype are good. Hugs and kisses much better. Moms and dads, congratulations to you as well. You've done an amazing job starting your children off on their dream paths. Seniors, class of 2020, once again, congratulations. Good luck on your journeys. I can't wait to see what you achieve. Now go out there and show the world what you could do, follow your career goals, and may each of you reach your dreams. Thank you.
All right, let's honk again and say thank you to Mr. Marino. There it is. Okay, now you can stop. Oh, class of 2020, this is the group. Wow, this is absolutely amazing. You guys have been through so much. You're a phenomenal group. So many of you have been together for the past 7 years. Some of you even longer, all the way since kindergarten. Go Harmony Hawks, a few others made it all the way through. And this is really special. I know that you guys have been here for a couple hours now in your cars, but I wish that we could keep you longer. We started this a little over 11 years ago, and we weren't sure how it was going to work out. But the idea was to be able to create an opportunity for everybody in our families and our lives to be able to have their students go through and be part of a culture that truly cares about them. You see every single staff member that's here reflecting and standing in the cold for all of these amazing kids. All of our parents, all of our family members who crammed into one car because I'm really mean and I wanted to make this work, to be able to have a moment where we could all still be together, every single one of us, all 58 kids. It's special. It's a moment that is incredibly unique. You will remember it forever. I'm gonna get teary now. And I can't tell you how much I love this group and how much dearly we are going to miss every single one of you. You will always have a place here. And I ask, anytime you need anything, whether it's a day from now, a year from now, 5 years from now, come back, find us. There will be somebody that will be here for you to be able to help you and guide you to the best of our ability to be able to help you get through whatever it is you may be going through. Mr. Marino talked about those bumps along the way. Absolutely, positively. They are there, they're unexpected, and you're gonna hit them. Find family, find friends. This is a group that is gonna have a variety of different challenges. We have kiddos who are staying local to support their families and to be able to get a jump start on some of the things that they want to do in life. We have kids out of this 58 that are going to all 4 branches of the military service. One more, we would have had Coast Guard. Close. We have kiddos going to the East Coast. We have a lot of kiddos who are staying at the UCs and some pretty incredible schools. And you guys have worked hard, you've pushed each other, and I encourage you to find a similar mindset wherever you go, be it staying here local or going out of state, to be able to find and push you and to be able to have the care and love that I hope we've been able to give to you in the time that you've been here. Thank you so much, Mammoths. We're so excited for this class. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce Victor Corollas, Elliot Galetta, and Grace Kochak to wrap this up.
Please prepare for the turning of your tassels. Graduates, the time has come to move our tassels to signify our passage from students to graduates.
If you ever forget which side your tassel goes on, remember to wear it on your left, over your heart, to remind you of your time here as a Mammoth.
Western Center Academy, class of 2020, please join me in moving your tassel from the right to the left.
Congratulations, Club Mammoths, class of 2020.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, hanging on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos of memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. Something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. Something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. Something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life.